G'day everyone. I'm going to do a quick video on the red Windsor apple today. I've already done a video showing it in blossom and it was absolutely covered in flowers, a lot more than the average apple tree would be. So I think it might be some sort of genetic dwarf, and it's also on M9 rootstock, so I'm hoping it doesn't grow too tall, this tree. But I have two apples remaining. I've just taken off the organza bag off this lower one and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's the third week of September and I would prefer to wait till this apple fell by itself naturally to taste test it. But I thought if I've got two, I may as well try one. I actually had 3 apples on this and one fell off the other day, and that was because it had codling moth. So it wasn't very good. But anyway, we'll have a quick test. You can see it came off very easily, but unfortunately I didn't realize this one does have a bit of codling moth damage as well. But overall, the apple is very red and it's a good size. It fits in the palm of my hand quite well. And we'll have a quick taste test. Okay, that's a really good apple again. I'm very impressed with this taste. I think this apple is the red Alkmene, is what they call it. And it's got a sweet flavor to it. It has a bit of tanginess. I wouldn't say it's sour at all, but it is a good tasting apple with a strong flavor. The flavor really stays in the apple, so as you chew it, more flavor comes out. The flesh is very nice and a yellowish white. The skin is not too thick, and I'd like to think of better ways to describe the flavor, but overall, I mean, it's sweet. It's very flavorful, and it's just enjoyable. So I'd really like to keep this apple. I think based on its growth and how much it flowers and the taste of the apple, it's well worth keeping. So that's the red Windsor apple, and I might give another update later on if the second apple tastes even better. Okay, thanks for watching. Something I also wanted to show you was that this red Windsor apple, which was supposedly resistant to scab, actually looks like it is going to be resistant to scab, which is fantastic news to me. It's it's the main reason that I really bought this apple. I'm looking for good tasting apples that are scab resistant and also resistant to mildew and canker and other diseases, and that will grow well here. The leaves look really healthy, and I actually haven't seen any evidence of scab or mildew at all on this apple. Now, it's only been in the ground here about a year, but we're off to a very good start. So I'm glad to see that this red Windsor apple that's got a reputation for being scab resistant is turning out to be scab resistant here in Ireland in these damp, wet conditions that we get.